For Cancer, live from Bowl-o-Rama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. All season long, we will be hosting stepladder tournaments to raise money for bowlers and their families to help them against the costs of fighting this terrible disease. To donate or take part, go to candlepins4cancer.com as you see it on your screen. Today, Candlepins for Cancer is pleased to present the stars of our third stepladder match, Corey Packard and Nate Lees. And here with the call of this matchup, your host, Paul Grant.
First, incredible performance.
I had some fortunate breaks and took advantage of them.
So over the years, you've been pretty consistent bowler. What has been the key? It's very difficult to maintain a 117, 116, 118 average. How do you stay consistent over the years?
Just repetition. I have to say I haven't changed my style of bowling in like 15 years now. So it just stay steady, like slow and steady.
Now when you punch out a lot, it gets frustrating. How do you adjust when you start punching out? Do you start moving over a spot or two in the lanes?
I might aim a little bit different on the lane, or take a little off the ball or a little bit more on the ball. Just make sure I throw it out. You know, maybe I'm not getting the good release, so that's probably why I'm chopping out.
And for those across the country and WN Network in New York and across the country, tell the viewers, what's it like to live in Sutton, Massachusetts?
It's a great town, it really is. I love it there. So.
All right, good luck today.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, number 2 seed, Nate Lees. Nate?
How are you?
Good to see you again, Nate.
Yeah, you too.
Nate, 621 the qualifying round, number 2 seed. You threw a 684 in the same place.
682.
682 rather. I'm on 3 hours sleep.
That's fine.
I got it written down there. 682. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Feel like I haven't thrown a great ball lately, except for yesterday. Didn't get anything to break up, but you know, this place is moving today, as you can see from the first 2 matches. So can't wait. I love bowling against Corey. You know, good friend. Going to be a lot of fun.
If you win this, you get a chance to get $2,000. If you win this round, 500 for runner-up to third, 1,000 for second place. You bowled Corey before.
Yep.
I know there's no defense in Candlepin bowling.
Nope.
How do you stay focused when somebody gets a 169 in the first ring?
I mean, you can only control what you can control. So I can control myself. I can't control what he does. So just got to stay relaxed and just throw my ball and see what happens.
Can you tell the viewers how you first got involved in Candlepin bowling and maybe a highlight in your career?
I mean, I did it when I was younger, stopped when I was like 17, 18, just started, you know, working and didn't have time for it. Got back into it in my like early to mid 20s. Just, you know, fell back in love with it again and starting to get back to how I was when I was younger, so it feels good.
Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
It's a 3-string format, total pinfall determines the winner. If there's a tie, a 2-box roll-up. We'll get underway here from Portsmouth, Bowl-o-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Candlepins for Cancer. Season 2, ladder 1, 3rd round. The winner of this match will bowl for $2,000. Jimbo Ayotte, the number 1 seed at 703, will be next on Candlepin Bowling Network. And later on WON Network across the country. Candlepin Bowling is a game of all ages starting back in 1880, 15 years before 10-pin started. The difference is 3 bowling balls rolled instead of 2. And one big difference, you can play the pin when it falls down the playing surface, called the wood. You can use those shots to carry them around. Corey Packard starts off the match with the 8-10 split. And here's an example, 2 pieces of wood he can use. Bowling pin's about 2.8 pounds. The bowling ball's maximum is 2.7. He's got a piece of wood trying to cap it over. The 8 to the 10, I would think. See how he plays it. He does! Oh, good try! A ski ball shot right over the 10-pin. Wouldn't come down for a landing. Corey, 51 years old from Sutton, Massachusetts. Starts with a 10. 451 that second round series against Keith Beaupre. Keith had a 457 that first round win against John Winchell. 169, 140 first ring. And last round, Corey Packard 169, 142 over Keith Beaupre in that first ring. So the first ring has been on steroids all day so far. Packard's second ball of the match. 4, 5, and a 10. A few pieces of wood to work with.
Frustrating game. Some people might think, oh, it's the kids' game. It's got the smaller balls. But the pins are smaller too. That's why it's such a challenge.
It's like golf. It's very challenging, very rewarding. A lot of skill involved.
That said, it is a good game for kids, and if you are in the area, Family Fun Center Bowl-o-Rama, come on down and give it a try.
Nice try. We'll go. Oh, right behind the kingpin, the 5-pin. Nudged it, holds up. Corey, eight spares and 1 strike in that first string last round. That 169 first. 10, 2 10s, 20 through 2. And Candlepin, that's a perfect string. 10 spares and strikes in a string.
Mason, we've already seen 2 so far in these past telecasts.
Typically call it a box or a frame and 10-pin. Candlepin, they call it a box.
That's right.
Instead of a game, we call it a string. 10 boxes a string. Different terminology.
10 frames a game, it's all the same.
Nate Lees, the number 2 seed, a strike to start the match.
Boy, another rousing introduction. Every single time it seems as though people are coming on out here, and once again, it's only been 1 box. I don't want to get ahead of myself. First string, starting off the fireworks.
It's a big trend all day so far. Five great bowls in showcase in this lineup series. Nate 3 on the first ball, working a strike on lane 15. 22 lane facility. A lot of birthday parties here. Goes left and grabs 3 more. Slaps his thigh, 1 or more. Has the 1, 3, and the 7. 17 up to 1 of 7 in the string, and the first of 3. And 9 box, 26 through 2 of 6 on Corey Packard. The number 3 seed, the number 2 seed. The runner-up gets $500. The winner moves on to the $2,000 money round. The runner-up of that round will get $1,000. Donations are encouraged at Candlepins number 4, Cancer.com. Candlepins number 4, Cancer.com. Greg Gouillard here with the update on the roll-offs for men and women, for all people, and the women's separate one as well. Men and women invited to the October one, and then the one in December and November will be the women.
That's right, the first Stepladder is open. It's taking place right here at Bowl-o-Rama, but be careful, it is October 11th, 13th, 15th, and 16th. So as we tape, that's a little short notice, so make sure you log on.
Good try by Corey, almost.
And check the dates. We look forward to seeing you.
Live TV show will be December 18th here at Bowl-o-Rama on Sunday, 11 a.m. on Candlepin Bowl Network in WON, New York. Packard at 9, 29 through 3 in the first of 3.
29 out of 30 on 3 splits, very good. Also the ladies tournament coming up as well. Sign-ups for that January tournament.
November 29th, December 1st, Tuesday and Thursday, 11 a.m. Saturday, Sunday, December 3rd and 4th, 11 and 2. Six shifts available, $80 entry fee. Top 5. Whoa! Wow, look at this. You gotta be kidding me. Yikes. You won't see that in 10-pin, I don't think. The 5 in the middle, the 4, 7 left, the 6 down the right. Pick your poison this one here, Greg.
This lead has gone before, but my goodness.
Maybe a better chance to win the Golden Raffle.
True.
The Golden Raffle, Deb Regan, R-E-G-A-N, Messenger on Facebook. 200 tickets, 1 in 200 chance of winning $10,000, $10,000 to the charity. Every $1,000 goes to a family member suffering chemo radiation treatment in the Candlepin bowling community. 9 for Corey Packard, pair of 10s, pair of 9s, 38 through 4.
4 straight splits.
Nate leads up 6 right now. $15,000 has gone out to families already in less than 2 years. Al Johnson did a great job. Candlepinsforcancer.com. That helps cover their expenses when they're out recovering from chemo, radiation treatment, out of work. $1,000 for each family. Candlepins number 4, Cancer.com. Any amount is welcome. $1 up to $1,000. Nate leads off the head pin. Coming back. Won't go. Almost stole that head pin for a spare. And gets a 10, 36 through 3 of 7 here in the first. Up against a 38 through 4 from Corey Packard.
Nothing lower than a 9 bucks for either of these bowlers.
Started off with a strike 7, a 9 and 10 cents. Half was to right, the 3-9. Ouch, hate that shot.
Punching through the 2-8 or 3-9 is one of the most notorious leaves, the half Worcester.
Nice second ball, spare, beautiful shot. Humps his fist.
It's pretty when it goes. Take out a column, no problem, just fly the pin across. Nice mark.
A difficult leave, spare. Second mark, 46 in the ball through 4. Right now he's up 8 plus 1.
Those who've tuned into our earlier episodes saw those pins flying. They certainly do here at Bowl-o-Rama, but it takes a lot of doing. It doesn't come easy.
Newport Entertainment Center, too, in Newport, Maine is probably the fastest house around, too. Corey Packard goes right, that's the 4 spin minus 1. It's the 1, 2, and 4. 3 pinners without wood go about 51%. For Candlepin Bowlers without wood, stats provided by Candlepin Bowling Network, where you can subscribe free on YouTube to Candlepin Bowling Network. Candlepin Bowling Network, free on YouTube. For a spare, off the wall, not quite. Sizzled back over, doinked off the wall.
How
But
interesting.
the pinball wouldn't go.
How interesting. The first time his first ball is away from the head pin, he had the best possible leave.
Open half so far. Good pitting at 10, 48 through 5. That's pretty good in Candlepin.
He took his time. He took his time with that. He knows the importance of laying a good foundation for when that mark comes. Nate Lee's doing likewise, only losing just the 1 pin.
Nate leads a strike in the first, a spare in the 5th. Up next after this 6 blocks from Corey Packard on Candlepin Bowling Network. 1 left, only 4, maybe 5. 5 it is. The 1, 3, and the 9 behind the 3. 2 pieces of wood behind. The 4, 7 to the left. Not easy but makeable.
Yeah, you usually see this lead when it's almost a half Worcester takeout, but then it chips over into the 5 and 10 as well. Except the 1 came back and took out the 6 this time.
We'll have Bob Lee in just a moment with an update. Packard going for a spare, just to the right. The 1, 4, 7, 9. Couldn't miss much in the first match, the last match against Keith Beaupre. Beautiful out for a 9. Open first 6 boxes, 57. That's great pitting though. 2-6.
That's right. Nate Lees has the early advantage here, but as Keith Beaupre was leaving, I just confirmed he donated back all of his winnings from 3 in a row, $125 back to Candlepins for Cancer, and he wanted everyone to know that 7 members of his family have passed away as Nate Lees throws and draws a head pin and a strike.
On spare. Wow. 56 through 4, 66 plus 2 through 5.
That's right. And Keith has lost several family members to cancer, and he says charity means a great deal to him, and he thanked Al for all he's done.
Thanks, Bob, for the update. So I need to support Candlepins #4cancer.com. Benefits all the bowlers in the Candlepin bowling community and their family members as well.
Many of us know someone. It goes a long way.
Both my parents have lost to cancer also. 9 in the fill in that strike. 75 half for the number 2 seed, Nate Lees. 10. 85 through 6. Up 28 in the first. And it just seems that each bowler is getting their own medicine back. Keith Boyd had a big lead and
It always seems
lost
to
the
be
same way. Now, so far in the first, the same way for Corey Packard.
It always seems to be the newcomer starting it up here. It is also a game of endurance, and we make no illusions about the fact that we have all our matches taped on the same day. So Corey Packard having just done 3 strings, plus he was present for the Pro Series yesterday, so he's been doing a lot of bowling this weekend.
Off to the right, just not on his game. He's hitting really well, but just not as crisp as he was last match so far. Plenty of time left. Like we talked in the pregame, you have to adjust sometimes when you're off. He has the 1, 9, and 10. Several pieces of wood. The one behind the head pin is the only one realistically to really work with. Trying to
It's got a chance, but
shade that head pin inside.
the 110 will be easier. It's that 9 that's going to be the doozy.
This is for a spare, and he got it. Beautiful shot. Got the broom off of the sweep for the spare. 67 the ball through 7, his first mark of the match.
And the man who's only lost half a pin per open frame, effectively, now has the chance to go get this triple-digit pace started.
The qualifying round at Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire, he threw a 148 in that first string of 5 qualifying round at a 605 total. Had a 102, 129, 117, and 109, 605. Coming in as number 3 seed. Corey on the bonus on lane 16. Accurate shot, a 3-2 split, the 3-6-10 on the right, the 4-7 on the left. 2 pieces of wood. 5 on the fill, 72 through 7.
Yeah, it's a killer. You need not just the spares, but good count on each of them. Tough to get, even when you get on the head pin, as you see here. But this sleeve is lovely to see go.
Nice ball. Oh, right behind, in front, all around.
And the ball is just there.
He's up to 4 and 7. Great effort by a great bowler, Corey Packard. Nice 10.
Great pinning for
82 through 8.
Sorry, Paul. Great pinning for 5 splits.
And that's a good sign too. Some bowlers will get rattled and check out mentally. It gets frustrating. It does get in your mind sometimes, but you gotta hang in there.
And Corey knows how to do it.
Yes.
We mentioned how long he's been around the game. You get that mental fortitude just by playing this game, which really is a real patience tester.
Him and Jeremy Seaman had a great battle in that Chicha 2022 this year tournament.
Yeah.
BP Metro Bowl. Watch it on Candlepins Bowl Network. Right down to the wire. It was a thrilling match. Corey Packard, Jeremy Seaman. Another great bowler, Jeremy Seaman too. Nate Lees, thin, hit in the pocket. As the 7 that goes away, now it's the 8 and 10.
I hasten to mention Corey is spelled Korey if you're searching it up on CBN.
Trying to sweep over the wood, and it goes. 95 and a ball through 7 here in the first of 3 from Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
First split for Nate Lees, and he handles it beautifully.
Nate Lees off to the right. 4. Again, mad at himself. High standards. 99 through 7. Up 27 right now. Plenty of time left for Corey. Second ball, beautiful shot in the pocket, almost.
Between organizing tournaments as the Pro Series and his own successes in these prestigious tournaments, Nate Lees does so much for the game.
We're in the Mixed Worlds in June. Haverhill, Mass. 10. 109 through 8. Up 27 in the string. But Corey Packard won a good ball overall. A lot of splits. We'll try to finish up strong here in the first. 6:05 in the qualifying round. Another head pin hit, another split. 4 on the right, 1 on the left. The 2 with a piece of wood. The 3, 6, 10 on the right, the 9 behind the 3 pin.
What do you think about this piece of wood? It seems angled.
I think he's going to go for that wood. I would. He does. Well, go. Oh, yes. What a shot for a spare. Wow. Second spare of the string. 92 and a ball through 9.
That's how you get it started against the 2 strikes and 2 spares of Nate Lees. Spares in 7 and 9 for Corey Packard to mount a comeback.
Just a tremendous personality on off the lane. Just a great guy. I say great role model for the bowlers. The way he conducts himself on and off the lanes. It goes left. He gets 5. 1, 3, 6. 4, 7 to the left. 97 through 9. Not easy, makeable. Less than 50% odds in this one for sure. Can he do it though? Inside again! What a shot for a spare! 3 in the last 4, 2 in a row. 107 to ball in the 10th. Strong finish.
Very important he gets this
Veteran
next.
bowler.
Very important he gets this next one. Could be within a couple of marks in a matter of time.
A lot of accountants here in Candlepins Bowl. Danny Finn, who runs the Atlantic Candlepins Singles Tour. Corey Packard, accountant at Staples since 1994.
Hello.
And spread eagle plus the 9 on this split. 3 in the field, 110.
Oh.
First string.
I guess he hit a multiple of 10, but my goodness, all those head pin hits. Never really got a bona fide spare leave at any stage.
Nate Lees from Kingston, New Hampshire, on lane 15. On a good ball, strike! Third strike of the string. Two spares, 3 strikes. For those in WN across the country network, the average Candlepin Pro Bowler throws about 0.9 strikes per string. Good right, knew it right away, but he has the 1-4-7-10 leave.
Oh boy. It's an interesting strategy note. How many pins do you try to go for? The safe way or the left way? The safe way or the...
Side the head pin. Oh, what a shot! Incredible! Wow!
Well, I tripped over myself, but Nate Lees knew exactly where he wanted to go. He went the highway, cutting the ball across into the 10.
Spare on strike, 129. Through 9, 139, plus the ball in the 10. And another good shot, 8. Another good first string of 147.
Hot start once again here on Candlepins for Cancer. Nate Lees, 147. Corey Packard, 110, but still 2 strings to go. We'll be right back with the rest in just a moment.
On that, did you get?
Give us 30 seconds. We'll point you in the
Is this
start.
on?
Stay there. We'll point you when we start. Welcome back to Candlepins for Cancer on Candlepin Bowling Network and WON Network across the country. Bob Lee with the update in the first string.
Right, well, if you just joined us, that was a 147-110 finish. Nate Lees made great use out of 4 head pin hits, but among those were three strikes. We saw 7 splits from Corey Packard there, but he ended up being 20 of 28 on the day. Bowling first to start string 2 will be Nate Lees on lane 15. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you, Bob. Paul Grant, Greg Gouya, Bob Lee on Candlepin Bowling Network. And for fine 147 first has a 3-1 split. The 6 to the right, the 2-4-7 to the left. 1 piece of wood, possibly to help. You can turn that around going inside the 2 and the 4. Looks good. Oh, thought he had it. What a try. In disbelief. Perfectly placed, wouldn't go.
Perhaps the wood was obscuring it, but yikes.
10 to start the second of 3 from Portsmouth, Bowl-o-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Great place to bowl. pins are flying here. 22-lane facility, lots of arcades, large screen TVs. Bring your birthday parties here. Support your local bowling centers. What's the Bowl-o-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire? Nate leads, head pin. Another split, this one a baby split. The 2-4-7, the 2 goes. Will the 9 go? Nope, but he's got wood to help. The 4-7 and 9. Looks like 2 or 3 pieces of wood from our vantage point.
I'll keep my voice down so he doesn't hear me, but I believe spinning the gears might be fine, though it's drifting just that little bit apart. It's subtle, but it might matter.
And a good try again, falls short.
It did make the difference. That piece of wood just drifted just a little bit off spot. That's where Nate played it, and unfortunately it didn't carry.
Sometimes too much wood is not good. 10, 18 through 2 in string number 2 of 3. The winner moves on, the number 1 seed, Jimbo Ayotte, a whopping 703 at Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire, during the 5-string qualifier. Insane performance by Jimbo Ayotte. He'll go up for $2,000, and they run up $1,000. Next round, they run up this match here, will win $500, plus bonus money.
Is it 18? I beg your pardon.
3 spares in a row, $25. 3 strikes in a row, $500. Corey Packard down 37 coming in. It was amazing in the last match. Coming back, almost a Julian. Watching the head pin is the last one to fall. And Dave Julian in Canada back in the 80s made a lot of those shots, and it was kind of stuck. The Julian, if the head pin goes, the last pin on the strike.
Big opportunity for Corey Packard. He needs quite a few marks to get back in it, but he's got plenty of time.
Shout out to our friends there in Canada, the Maritimes, Candlepin Bowling. Right on for a spare. 10 of the ball to start. The second. 3-string match, total pinfall, advances. Should there be a tie, a 2-box roll-off until someone wins.
And don't forget all the bonus money on offer. We pay for 3 marks in a row and marks beyond that. And, of course, $500 if anyone can roll 3 strikes in a row.
Packard crosses over, 9, 10, strike on spare! 20 through 1, 30 plus 2 through 2. And that's what he's like last match.
Packard's well on his way to doing exactly that.
Just the start he needed. Smile on his face. Feels relieved. Punch City in that first string. Nate leads 2 10s to start on lane 16. Nate from Revere, Mass. originally, now Kingston, New Hampshire. High single 189. High triple 464, high 5, 698. And look at this.
Oh, people. How does that happen?
Wow. The 5 in the middle. Good luck with this one. Good try, almost. What a vid. I thought I'd get 2 there anyway.
Well, almost 2.
Thought I'd get the kick off the wall. First string lead, but pro bowling there. Almost a 10. It's 9. 29 through 3.
One of those rare times where we wish we could give a bowler a 4th ball. Not how the game works, but I bet he could have gotten that one as well.
Nate crosses over. Look at this. The triangle plus the 4. The 5 in the middle, the 3, 6 to the right. One piece would possibly spin around into that 4. Can he pick it up? Looks good. Oh! Another great effort on the object pin. Leaves up the 4 and the 5.
I guess the first ball is angling just a little bit too shallow off the sidewall, and that's why it's not carrying back into the deeper rows.
Not a with a 9 for that box. Pair of 10s, pair of 9s. 38 through 4 in the second of 3 from Portsmouth.
So it was 10 in the first box. I apologize, folks. I got juked by the scoreboard, but indeed he had a pair of 10s to begin.
I do it all the time. I do it all the time, Greg. Don't feel bad.
Had it, lost it.
I'll say Nate is 12 for 12. He hasn't made a mark this half. He hit 4 head pins in the first for 3 strikes. He hits all 4 of them now, and he's open through 4.
Corey Packard working his strike. A perfect shot, a spread eagle plus the 9 pin behind the 3.
Come up and see me sometime.
That's one of the frustrations about this game. You want to hit the head pin, but sometimes it's just too accurate. I call it a sniper shot, a bullseye.
Now, second ball coming up. It's difficult to get the sticks off of this, so to speak, the pins off of this.
grabs 3 for a 6 in the strike. 36 through 2 up 16 on the string. Trim that deficit down. Nice out, 9.
Yep, that matters.
45 through 3 up 16 in the string. Down 30 in the match. Lost the first 147-110. Last match, you won the first 169-142.
Oftentimes, many great teachers, especially Dan Murphy, one of the late greats and a prolific teacher of the game, he mentions the fundamental importance of the third ball and how important it is to grab those sticks, because turning those 6 into 9 basically gains about half a mark. That's why it's so essential to success.
This is the high-low jack shot, the 1-7-10. A lot of shows have this at the end of the old Channel 5 series. Watch a lot of those on Alley Chat. They had to do without wood, obviously, and make money.
Candlepin New Gen, Candlepins for kids.
Beautiful shot, spare. That's the wood comes in handy. Third mark of the string, a strike and 2 spares. 55 in the ball through 4.
This is why we play every string. The luck tends to even out. And on that 38-mile-an-hour shot from Corey Packard, seems as though the momentum is starting to shift.
5 spares, 1 strike in the match so far. Nate leads in the pocket. 9-10 strike! First mark of the string.
Yep, he's been on the head pin throughout, and finally that little extra angle to get the pin to straight further back on the sidewall. That's how you carry the back rows. That's how you put that first mark on the board.
48 plus 2 halfway through the second. Goes left, only 3.
The ball got a little farther out there, unfortunately.
Furious himself. He's hooked a lot of shots in his fills. That's why you get 2 on a strike. Nice ball. Oh, yes! Nice comeback. Spare. Strike. Spare. Back to back.
Exactly, and on that shot, he got it a little further up on the lane that time, much more in Nate Lees' wheelhouse. That's how you keep the ball in the lane. That's how you keep a much more steady trajectory. Back-to-back marks.
68 in the ball through 6 in the second of 3 from Portsmouth, Bowl-o-Rama. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, beautiful place to visit. Corey Packard in the head pin. Breaks in the triangle, but that's the 7, 8, and 10. 2 pieces of wood side by side, pretty much. One drifting right. And this will be an interesting shot. You gotta love this about Candlepin bowling.
Interesting.
On the fill, 7, 69, correction, 62 through 4. Try to kick it over. Oh, what a try!
I'll be curious to ask if he meant to play the cap on that one. I was wondering if maybe red line instead might work. He made a hand motion, perhaps that was the case, but I'll have to ask him about that one later if I get a chance.
$10. 72 half. Corey Packard for Sutton, Mass. Turning 52 on November 19th. Right after the World Tournament at Haverhill Academy Lanes. Alley Chow at the finals as well. Packard trying to get back in the pin. Goes left. Has the 1, 7 to the right is the 6 and 10. 2 pieces of wood.
The wood on the right side of the head pin looks a little too vertical. Maybe there's a chance. Or maybe he can power through it, hit the wood, something deflects left.
If he gets a spare, can he pick it up? Good try, only the head pin.
Yeah, just stymied everything, unfortunately. Leaving him with this out for 9 at the very least.
Cut it down to 33. And $9, and ball disappeared in thin air.
Wouldn't be the first time. I'll stop referencing that. Now, promise you, I've definitely overspent my quota. 24 pin margin here, pinning about the same. Corey Packard losing only 5 pins in the 10 open frames. Nate Lees only 3 pins in 8 open frames.
Corey Packard 81 through 6. Nate Lees 68 in the ball on lane 16. The start of 7th box, second string.
But yeah, sorry, Mark, I'm done.
On the spare fill, Head pin hit. 7, the 3 in the middle, the 4 to the left, the 10 to the right. See if we can use that wood. $75-6. What a try! Couldn't quite get to the 4. Valiant effort.
Another piece of vertical wood just not getting the job done.
He got it to go on the back end of the wood. Stay on the lane for a 10.
He's not sure whether that hit the lane, honestly.
It's a bowler's call. I believe it was on the lane. And it is a 10.
Good.
After review, the bowler's choice, but I believe it was on. 85-7.
It's always one of those iffy ethics things, but I think you trust the bowler's judgment for a reason. Nate Lees has been around this game especially for a long time.
In the pocket, a little thin, but it breaks up. Oh, gets 9 out of that. Got a break. Generous leave. Good piece of wood in front of the 10 pin for a spare.
So maybe it'll show another thing on replay, but that's how it should be.
He's right on it for a spare. $95 in a ball through 8.
Thank you, everyone, to watching, of course, across the entire WON Media Network and on Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. Please like the video if you do, in fact, like the video, and please like and or follow and or subscribe to our page for more great Candlepin content.
Corey Packard, nice ball there. No split this time. The 5 to the right, the 8 to the left. A good piece of wood in between. Trying to get back into this match. For a spare, yes. 91 of the ball through 7 here in the second of 3 from Bowl-o-Rama.
It's difficult. We've discussed in past shows how the average spare fill is 6.5, so Corey Packard would need quite a few of those. But if the strike ball starts returning and he can start chaining even just strike, spare, strike, or even some 9 drops together, this could be a different match in a matter of time.
On the bonus, crosses over for a strike, 9!
Huh.
It's the 9 pin remaining, piece of wood in front to help.
And this is why we pay $25 for Chains of Marks. Nice, powerful hit to follow up a great spare shot.
100 through 7. Up against a spare to match Nate Lees. Takes his time with wood to stop. By rule in Candlepin Bowling, they must stop 100% before you throw the ball. For a 117 league bowler, high single 195. Ooh. No! And that's the strange game about Candlepin Bowling on the wood.
Yeah. You see, obviously playing it on the red line would drive it straight back. If you play it too far one way or the other, it might spin. Left side might have spun into the pin. Right side, apparently not.
Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third for a 10. 110 through 8. And Nate Lees, 95 in a ball on lane 15.
Al Johnson on hand offering encouragement and, of course, the prize money for all our bowlers. He's the one who put this all together. Candlepins for Cancer, a great cause for bowlers and their families.
Beautiful ball, but a 1-1 split. The 4 to the left, the 6 to the right. Don't see this too often, but that's on a fill. 103 through 8. Field goal.
When the bowlers get those payments, and when families get those payments, it really goes a long way.
Nate Lees high single 189, high triple 464, has a high 5 of 698. It's a 9. 112 through 9. $15,000 given back to Al Johnson's Candlepins for Cancer charity. That's amazing. In less than 2 years. Nice ball there. Another split, the 4, 6, and 10. And that's with revenue shortfalls. The casino. Casino is state run by New Hampshire. And a couple years, they'll get double, triple the money. That's going to help more families.
Right, exactly. So Candlepins for Cancer is a newer charity, essentially. The rules are around that are the case.
A great event for a great cause. Try to sweep it over. Good try. Cancer affects all of us. or a family member, please donate to the charity. Candlepins number 4 cancer.com. Any amount appreciated. Whether it's $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, up to $1,000. Every $1,000 helps a family member.
So Sparathon, Nate leads 122 after a plethora of splits, and yet only losing 3 pins on the 7 open boxes. So 1 strike and 2 spares, all well filled, of course.
269 his first 2, 147 and 122. Corey Packard needs some work here.
And he's staying the course.
Had a good string, but this is a perfect shot. It's a spread eagle. These go for pro bowls and Candlepin bowling about 1% of the time without wood. Stats provided by Candlepin Bowling Network. Just 20% for 10 boxes.
2 perfectly hit on the head pin, indeed.
And on the archer pin again, but 2 full.
Now this will be interesting. Corey Packard's got that backup ball breaking left to right, so you would think the 2-4 pocket would be a good way to get a 10 out of this.
And a tough 7 that time. 117 through 9, up 5 in the string, but down in the match.
But in fairness, it's also tougher to get that shallower angle from where he stands on the approach.
So he'll need a big 3rd string. Mark would help here.
It wouldn't be an outrageous one. If he gets even 120, he'd challenge Nate Lees to start throwing some marks of his own.
Beautiful shot there, but a 2-1 split. The 4-7 left, the 10 on the right. Some wood to help. 1 more string to go after this. The winner moves on to take on number 1 seed Jimbo Ayotte shortly after this broadcast, and later on WON Network across the country in New York. Jimbo Ayotte. Next. Nate Lees. Oh, what a try. Corey Packard, rather. Nate Lees will have the lead in the match. Obviously. Going into the 3rd string. Corey Packard, valiant effort.
We've seen that pin shoot across several times.
Trying to dig in that deficit from Nate Lees.
Yeah, it's just so close on the pinning. The 2 marks making all the difference right now. Plus the fills on them as well, it's worth mentioning.
A lot of games have won on that 2nd ball and 3rd ball. Right on for a 10. 126 second string. 110 and 126, 236 through 2.
127, in fact. It should read 127.
Okay, the scoreboard's corrected now, so 127 maybe?
Yep.
237 through 2.
So, folks, let's get a look at the full scores at this time. We have Corey Packard 237, trailing Nate Lees 269, 3 seed against 2 seed, and we will be right back with the final string in just a moment.
Run right now. Amazingly, Nate Lees was 24 or 26 on that set after going 13 for 18 in the first, where he made 3 strikes out of 4 head pins. That time he was all over everything, and he had a 122. I mean, that's not shabby. I mean, but 24 out of 26 is those are the sort of rates you see with a 150 game more typically. But that time, you know,
A lot of blocks. A lot of
there's
blocks.
such a thing
right
as
up
law
there.
of averages. It is why they call it averages.
8 total splits, but hey, that's why we play every game.
That's right. And Corey, of course, he picked up 5 there. He was 18 of 25. Both of them extremely accurate. 32 pins though. You're gonna have to see Corey reaching up into the 135 to 155 range, and hoping that Nate struggles. Either that, or he's gonna have to get himself like 9 or 10 marks.
Well, Corey Packard's done it before. We've seen him bowl that 169 it was, so if he can explode again like that.
Right, even then, Nate, you'd have to keep Nate under 137.
It gives you the chance. It gives you the chance.
Defense is always the part they struggle with.
Yeah. Well, Nate Lees has done it very well, though, is the thing, because, I mean, through all those splits, only losing the pins, he only lost the 1 pin.
Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned on the broadcast, Nate was bowling here Thursday night, and his ACST match put up 684.
682 officially.
682, 682.
The poll said
yeah.
684 was actually 682.
I was here, and yeah, it was pins were flying. It was down right here on these lanes.
All right, let's start bringing it back. We'll hit the broadcast.
Welcome back to Candlepins for Cancer. Number 3 seed Corey Packard trailing in the match. 269, 237, one string to go over the number 2 seed Nate Lees on with Bob Lee, Greg Gouillard, and Paul Grant on Candlepin Bowl Network and across the country on WON in New York. Special stop to Jonathan Rios at WON Network. I'd like to thank their affiliates also, as Corey Parker starts the 3rd string with the 2 and the 6 to the right. Affiliates such as Brooklyn Free Speech HD, MNN BronxNet, Superior Community Media, Marblehead Community Media, and Saugus Cable Television Station. Schedule and station information available on Candlepins for Cancer Bowling Series. When it airs, check out WONNewYork.net. That's WONNewYork.net. Packard sweeps over for a 10.
Lost the footwork a little bit at the line, but he's on target. There's a little smile about that.
Corey need a big 3rd string to advance. Brilliant. And then last round, as was Keith Beaufray in the first round. Back-to-back 457 and 451 we've seen today. Corey 117 league bowler, high single again 195, high triple 455, high 5 737, high 10 1368 from Sutton, Massachusetts. Nice ball. Look at this, a 5 610, not an easy shot. So we can use that wood.
Interesting. Usually the wood camps right in front of the 610 on such a leave, but this time he's got it further out, so maybe there's a slightly better chance he can spin it in.
Better there usually in front of the 6 and 10 most of the time. Occasionally it goes. Really could use this mark. Sweeps it over, and again, won't go. Good
Wow,
try.
he really got that left. He thought he was going to get a helicopter effect off of that. It was a good bid. It gives him still a chance to get 10 out of
You
this.
can see a little frustration in his face, throwing a great ball for the most part, just a lot of splits.
Because I think he hit his spot.
Want that wood to stop again in Candlepin Bowling, it must completely stop before you throw the ball. Corey, the father of 2 daughters, Emily and Lauren. He's an accountant of state bowls, not the one in the movie. Nice shot for a 10. 20 through 2 here in the 3rd. Nate Lees coming up here. Has a good lead here in the 3rd. 147, 122. Top 32 coming into this final string. Trying to get the $2,000 money round against Jimbo Ayo next. Starts off with 4.
Put the ball in the right spot on the lane. Didn't get the break he was after, but still gives him... They're all in a cluster.
Good ball. He's up to 5 and the 9. Nate Lees won the first ever Pro Division Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. It's an 18-week schedule, flexible schedule throughout the year, 2 matches a month typically. Won a few years ago, the first round ever. Gets 8. He's down 2 in the string, up 30 in the match. Average between 117 and 119. Crosses over and has a split here. 5 to the right in the middle, 4-7 to the left. Piece of wooden back of that wobbling 5-pin. Overall high single 189, high triple 464, high 5 is 698. Nice effort. He's at the 4.
You had to go farther right.
You told me at 698, he got a 5 box in that last ball. The match gets 698. Left for a 9.
Al Johnson was thinking maybe he could have gotten that a little farther right, but boy, is it tough when you get split after split after split.
17 through 2 here in the final string of the match. He is up. Corey's up 3 right now, down 29 in the match. So still has a chance, but needs to get to work here on the marks. $15,000 given to families in the Candlepin Bowling community.
Time to update your count call, because as of right now, there will be another family, of course, all anonymous, but
16,000 raised now for families.
that's it.
Another bowler's family.
Yeah.
Every $1,000 raised goes to a bowler's family at home out of work, suffering chemo radiation treatment, cover expenses. Please help donate. Any amount will help. Candlepins number 4, Canson.com. Packer for spare. No. Again, split city. And a good second shot won't go.
The idea of that shot was to get the ball deflecting over to the 10 pin. 3-10 straight.
30 through 3 here in the third.
And they're doing really well. Again, they're losing only half a pin per frame.
10s won't get the job done.
They keep you on course, but consider this also. Nate Lees only has 2 extra marks, but 4 of those, it's 4 strikes to 1. That creates an advantage inherently. He also filled them very well with an average fill at 9. Packard only got 6 on his. And then the spare fills, Nate Lees is getting his money's worth on his 5 spares. 37 bonus pins, and Corey Packard with his 6 spares, 39.
For Candlepin bowlers, the average spare fill for pro bowlers, 6.5. For strikes, 8.3. Packard uses a mark, breaks up the split, has a chance for the 7 pin, a clean shot. 72% success rate for pro bowlers without wood and Candlepin.
And to your point, Paul, he's got exactly 6.5, Corey does.
Stats provided by Candlepin Bowling Network. This is huge. And he missed it.
It's been a long time since we saw an opportunity like that one.
It wasn't there for 9. 39 through 4. Great pinning, but needs some marks. Maybe a strong finish. Nate Lees trying to get into that final 2 spots. 1,000 for runner-up in the next round, 2,000 for the first place, 500 for the third place finish here today in the string. Coming to you live on Candlepin Bowling Network and later on WN New York and across the country. Nate Lees avoids the lemon drop, gets 2. We're asking bowlers to optionally donate $1 to Candlepins for Cancer for a lemon drop. That's the 4 pin or the 6 pin in your first shot. A fun way, double great cause. 4-7 left, the 5-8 in the middle.
I think of here, of all places, if they get a lemon drop, you know the finger is coming up.
Not the middle one. I hope not. $7 for Nate Lees, just 24 through 3. Corey Packard shades off 6 out the deficit, leads down to 26. Up against a 9 box. Steals 8, has the 1 and 10.
Doink. Nope, 10 pin won't drop.
For a spare. Got it!
Oh, good.
34 on the ball through 4. Corey, you make it a small gain, but now it's gone by the wayside with that spare.
Right, because Nate Lees had lost 6 pins prior, so it had been dribbling just away, but an average spare fill is 6.5, and now he can make it right on back.
Please help support your local bowling centers and get friends and family involved in this outstanding game of Candlepin Bowling. Please consider Candlepin gift cards all season long in this holiday season. Candlepin gift cards, a gift that keeps on giving all year long, not just in the holiday season. Corey Packard 7, the half Worcester right, the 3-9, the 7th left. And Greg will tell the viewers across the country about the half Worcester story again in just a moment. Get some wood to help. Fascinating part of Candlepin Bowling, playing that wood. And it won't go. Right in front of the 9. Another tough break. I like this all day for him for the most part.
Right now it's live, so people at home
It's a funny game, isn't it, Candlepin? Just like golf. 10, 48 half without a mark. That's amazing.
49 half indeed, and
49 make it.
so the half Worcester story, I'll get it straight this time. It was a Worcester bowler who was up in the final frame of a match against the Boston team, and lo and behold, the Worcester bowler in that premier match punched out either the 2-8 or the 3-9, and the Boston bowler retorted, well, you're halfway back to Worcester. And the name stuck, and that's become one of the most infamous leaves in the game today.
We got all kinds of nicknames around here, too. We got the Kamerowski Special in Millis, Massachusetts, the Horseman. All kinds of nicknames for different bowlers. Nice ball there, 9. Needs to convert. 6 pin left up. A clean shot.
The Kamerowski Special is a Paul Grant special, in fairness.
60-year-old veteran out of Framingham, Mass. Made that shot for pretty good in his heyday. And he gets to this time for a spare. Much needed. 59 through 6 plus a ball. But Nate Lee's on a spare, 34 on a ball on lane 15 here. Portsmouth Bowl-o-Rama. Candlepins for Cancer, Season 2. Ladder Series 1, third round.
Right, the gap is 27, and we definitely went through a heavy drought here, but the bonus ball could create an advantage. Uh-oh.
Look at this,
Ooh.
crossed over, and only 4, yikes.
Well, I thought Nate Lees had nailed that fill, and it was going to be, well, but Nate has dominated. No.
42,
38 through 4.
sorry, 38 through 4, 42 right now with those 4.
Hang on, folks. This pinning could matter. This upside-down triangle is nasty to pin out.
7. 45, make it 48 half. 48 half, down 1 to the string of 31 of the match. I mean, it's a spare.
That should be 7. That should be 45.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
10 on the board, that's what I thought, 45. Bart Medeiros will fix that. Nate Lees, 9. Broke up that split, that bundle there. For a spare, missed it. A break for Corey Packard. He's on a spare next. And Paul Grant Special missed the second, make the third for a 10. 54 through 6. Corey Packard on a spare, 50 on the ball, 4 boxes to go in the match.
So Nate Lee started with a 37-pin advantage. Corey Packard chipped away at it with 5 extra with his 4 marks in that string. And now here's an opportunity that needs to come now.
Down
Possibly-
28 right now.
Possibly put some marks together and come back in this match.
A strike would be huge. A strike or a spare now would cut it into the teens. But it won't happen. The half was to right. Ouch.
Ooh.
Momentum killer. 61 through 6. Up 6 in the string.
Not out of this yet, but he needs to mark out.
Down 26 in the match. And ouch. In the hole.
Needs to pin out at minimum.
Only 20% conversion rate for those. And beautiful out for a 9. 70 through 7. Needs to mark out to have any chance. He might be in double strike territory, possibly. Packard, the post. Time could be running out if he doesn't convert.
He's ahead in this string. Chance for $25 in bonus money.
Open the high-low jack to 1-7-10. Bowling since 1974. A duck pin bowler also out of East Brookfield, Mass. Bogey Lanes he bowls out of. 2022 New Hampshire mixed teams. New Hampshire all events winner. International championship winner the last 2 years. Nate. Just 78 through 8. Nate Lees. A chance to put the dagger on. 55 through 6 coming in. Unofficial up 26 in the match.
Corey Packard basically ahead by 3 in the string because they've each had the 1 spare, and Corey Packard is not left only 4 pins standing. Nate Lees is up 9.
Nate Lees drills 8. Has the great chance to wood in front of the 6 and 10. From Kingston, New Hampshire. Part of last year's 2021 U.S. Invitational Championship winner. At Academy Lanes, Haverhill, Mass. And a spare. 65 in the ball through 7 here in the final string of the match.
Interesting, he played the wood further out. I thought he might go further right to the wood over the 610.
Nate Lees can taste the finals. Goes right and gets 7. 1, 2 in the 10. 72 through 7. Oh, good effort there. He's up to 10. Made the Pro Series players multiple times. Won the very first outrun the Bear tournament with Lori Lewis in Millis, Massachusetts. Very successful tournament run by Danny Finn. A 9 for Nate Lees. 82 through 8, both scoring a fair. But he has a 4-pin lead in the string, and I believe it's 36 in the match.
81.
81 after the scoreboard correction for Nate Lees. Up 3 in the string. And what's the official total, Greg, now in the match?
Current official total, Nate Lees 350, Corey Packard 315.
It's going to take a miracle here.
In the miracle zone.
5-7 split, the story of the day.
We have been bereft of miracles, it would seem, but a hard-won match, it would seem. Let's see.
And he got a spare. 88 the ball through 9.
Good spare, but he would need to realistically strike out to challenge Nate Lees here. At least a double here. We mentioned that second string where Nate Lees had a lot of accuracy but not a lot of angle, and it wasn't hard to break apart the pins, but nonetheless, he was getting those pins. And that's how he's generated this advantage and stayed far ahead.
And sails left. Only 5. And that'll do it. Nate Lees will be going in 93 through 9 for Corey. Nate Lees will advance to the final round against Jimbo Aon next on Candlepin Bowl Network and later on WON Network. WON Network across the country. Nice ball. 10 pin. It's too much Nate Lees here in this match. Corey, a 110 and 127 his first 2. And ends up with a 9 for a disappointing 102 third string. It's 339 and 113 average. Nate Lees moving on to the money round. He had a 162 in the 5-string qualifying round at Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire. Bob Lee will come in with the update here in just a moment. Nate with the host. Bob Lee.
Well, Nate has been phenomenal. I mean, this is an official. He had a 451 in his first game against Keith Beaupre, right? Followed that up with a 147 and a 122. By my addition, that's a 710 for 5. There aren't too many. Jeremy Seaholm, take note.
Leave Jeremy alone.
7 on that last box.
7 Nate Lees. 88 through 9, low scoring string, but doesn't matter. He's going on to the money round, chance to win $2,000. Corey Packard will get $500.
That was Keith's.
Nate finished up the string here in the match.
Keith had that 451 earlier, that's right.
And Nate had a 451. 9 for Nate Lees.
Nate has only bowled 3. That's not right.
Corey Packard the 451.
Yeah,
Corey Packard the
Corey Packard
451, not Nate Lees.
451.
Corey Packard the 451.
My apologies, Jeremy.
Hey, we're on limited sleep.
Let's take a look at the final scores, folks. Let's show it here. Nate Lees wins 366 to Corey Packard's 339, and Nate Lees will advance to face Jimbo Ayotte in the final round for the top prize. And now with the interview of the bowlers, here's Paul Grant.
Corey Packard, you threw a great ball, and unlike the first round where you were awesome, 451, it just didn't fall for you this time. Isn't it a strange game how accurate you can be?
Yeah.
It's a game of specs.
It really is. It comes and goes. You know, it happens.
So frustrating, isn't it, as a bowler?
Well, it is. I mean, it is frustrating, but give it to Nate. He started off great, got a good lead, kept it, and worked out for him. So.
We've got something for you here before you go. Got $500 from Al Johnson, being 3rd place.
Oh, thank you very much.
Congratulations. Listen, I just want to thank you. You're a gentleman on and off the lanes, a great ambassador for the game. Appreciate your sportsmanship, win or lose. A great credit to our game of Candlepin Bowling.
Thank you.
We'll see you down the road.
All right. Thanks,
Corey
Colin.
Packard, congratulations. Corey Packard. Let's bring on Nate Lees. Nate Lees, Magic in Portsmouth continues.
Yeah.
682 the other day. It was posted as 684 online. 682. Now you come back with a 147 first string, and you hang on to win it.
Yeah, it was started getting rough towards the end. I couldn't get comfortable. It was a little sticky and tacky, so kept following through and sticking in certain spots, and he was definitely throwing his bolt off. But he couldn't get a lot of breaks. Like he was throwing a hell of a ball, just couldn't get anything extra to fall, and that's how this game goes sometimes.
Now you take on Jimbo Ayotte, who threw a 7.03 in the qualifying round at Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire. He was in the finals in the Pro Series last night also.
Yeah. Me and Jimbo have some history. First time I was on TV, classic Candlepins, we bowled each other, and he smoked me. So a little bit of a rematch, and we always have fun. We're friends. We bowl each other all the time, so it'll be fun.
Great chance to win $2,000. Good luck next round.
Thank you very much.
Nate Leeds, congratulations.
Thank you.
Number 2-seed advantage is our final round. Paul Green along with Wadley and Greg Guyard. We'll give it to Greg Guyard to sign off.
Thanks very much, Paul. And on behalf of Paul Grant and the entire Candlepins for Cancer crew, my name is Greg Guyard. Thank you very much for watching this presentation of Candlepin Bowling, and we will see you on Candlepins for Cancer